Coming up on CinemaKC, we take you behind the camera, interviewing some of Kansas City's hottest filmmakers.
And some of them are very young. On today's show, the future of filmmaking.
From super grannies to a lesson in diversity, today's show is a treat.
CinemaKC starts now. Welcome to CinemaKC, your own personal film festival. I'm Michelle Davidson.
And I'm Erin McGrain. We have a very special show today on CinemaKC. Today we're featuring young filmmakers with real spirit. And our first guest is the beautiful Gigi Harris. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us now. How old are you now?
I'm 11.
But you made a film when you were how old?
7.
7 years old. So how did you know how to make a film when you were just 7?
A friend showed me how on iMovie, and then I just made more videos on the built-in camera on the computer.
You're so smart and mature. Now, you went to Belize to make a documentary. Tell us about that.
Well, I went to Belize to make a documentary about San Mateo because I wanted to see how they lived and how they survived.
Let's take a look. Here's San Mateo.
Water, food, houses, flowers, and the street and the sun.
Electricity and what you call sewage. We need like some good convenience to the back here. We really need light so that the children can do their homework at nights because the candle does not help too much. We would appreciate your help. And these things, that's all I have to say right about now.
Is one of the forgotten areas of San Pedro. Very needed people live there, and there's no infrastructure in San Mateo. There is no drainage, there is no water facility. Because of this, there's lots of infectious diseases.
The Belize Red Cross recently, the highest risk area in all of Belize for all of the problems and the disasters was San Mateo. They said that they were at the highest risk from public health, from infectious diseases. They were at the highest risk from flooding. They're at the highest risk from hurricanes. They're at the highest risk for fires. They're at the highest risk of every kind of disaster there could be in Belize.
175 home units with a population between 1,200 and 1,500 people. I think San Mateo really needs the support to put in an infrastructure which would include running water, electricity, sewer and sanitation assistance, roads, and sidewalks.
In the last 16 months, we have had 2 children die in the San Mateo area from minor cuts, become infected. One of the children died of bacterial meningitis, which could have easily been prevented if proper medical care was available, and if there was a sewer system that prevented the bacteria from being there in the first place.
first of all, San Mateo, what really needs at the moment is the filling of the lands over at the moment. We need to fill up all the lands to avoid any disease, any viruses, or any contagious diseases around there that affect the children and in general the public over there.
And I like to ride bicycle, hide and seek, catch, and I like to swim, and I like to fishing. I like to play fishing, playing skip rope and playing football. I like San Mateo. I like the house and the sea.
Wow, Gigi, that was a beautiful film. What made you want to make this film?
Well, I wanted to raise awareness, and I just wanted to help because I saw how they lived, and I really wanted to be helpful.
That's wonderful. It's an amazing gift that you have to be able to help them.
Thank you.
So what's the response been like?
Well, the road has got built now.
That's pretty cool that you can say you helped build a road and support a community by telling a simple story, a passionate story through a kid's eyes in a film. So congratulations to you. What can people do to help out the people in San Mateo?
Well, they can donate money online and donate like blankets and clothing and Band-Aids and medications.
Do you go back to San Mateo?
Yes, every year I go there. And
Do they know who you are? Are you a superstar there? Just a little bit, just a little bit. They're like, oh, there's Gigi, the filmmaker.
Were people glad to be in your film? Did they want to be in the film?
They were excited to be about it. A lot of times they wouldn't be able to tell like what it would be, so like they'd like, can I take your video? And they'd be like, what?
They didn't know. They'd never seen
No,
themselves
so
on
then-
camera.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, thank you, Gigi, so much for joining us, and we'll be back after the break with another young filmmaker.
At this building on 31st Street, a young Walt Disney sat in his office upstairs feeding a semi-tame mouse beans out of a can in 1923. Several years later, that mouse was the basis of his most famous cartoon character, Mickey Mouse. You're watching CinemaKC. Welcome back to CinemaKC. We have another young filmmaker here, Ben Hume. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, you've been filmmaking for a while. You've been a filmmaker since you're what?
6-year-old.
Wow. And how old are you now?
11.
And how many films have you made?
Well, probably somewhere in the 10 range, probably.
It's amazing. Well, let's take a look at one of your films right now. The one we're going to see is Diversity Means. Ben, that was really great. What were you trying to convey with diversity means?
Well, I chose the bread motif because I thought it could actually help convey some of the diversity stuff that they were planning on with the contest anyway. Because if you think about it, all bread is pretty much the same in terms of it's the same ingredients, but it's all mixed differently. And that's true with a lot of the and that's true with the cultural diversity too. All cultures have some strong tie with each other, but they're all slightly different. So I used the bread motif to help convey that in a metaphorical way.
What did your family and friends think of the film?
I screened it to the immediate family members, which is my sister, my mom, my dad, and my grandfather, and they all thought that it was very good and probably one of my best.
Proud of you.
Proud, yes.
Yeah.
So how did you get involved with Real Spirit?
Well, I took a gift class, which was done with Miss Noble, and one year she entered us in this film contest called Real Spirit. So we shot this little number called Great Barrier Reef News at 5, and we entered and actually won. And after that, I kept convincing her that we should do it each year, and some of that was her decision too. But anyway, I enjoy the contest, and I just enjoy the screenings at the Screenland and just the.
Thank you.
And you
so
obviously
much.
love making films as
Yes.
well. Well, Ben, thank you so much for joining us. We have another young student film after the break. Kansas City has a rich film history, especially in animation. This building on 31st Street can rightfully be called the cradle of Hollywood animation, since it housed Walt Disney's first animation studio. You're watching CinemaKC.
Hi, welcome back. We're here with Barbara Noble, who's one of the founders of Real Spirit.
Yes, I am, and I enjoy it tremendously.
Well, thanks for being here. Now, we're going to see a film from some talented young filmmakers.
And it's a family affair, right?
It is. It's brother and sister team, Christopher and Gabrielle Dierenfeld, and they have produced a movie called Super Granny, which is hilarious. And you think you have a cast of thousands, but when you look at it, you really realize it's just one character who portrays all these other ones. So it's a lot of fun.
Sounds great. Okay, well, let's watch it. Let's see Super Granny.
I got some really good stuff.
Yeah, like what?
The biggest one of the month. Granny! Granny! What is it? Someone robbed the jewelry store and they're going down 30th Street. Oh no. You better hurry, Granny. I'm going. Go, Granny. You're catching up. Faster! They're headed for the bank! a point is no! Sorry, ma'am, I'm not allowed to do that. Okay. This is nice, but I want it all! I'll go empty the safe! Hit him harder, Granny! I got the crooks! I caught them! Yay, Granny!
Oh, that was great. So this brother and sister team, do they want to make a career as filmmakers?
It seems that way. If you go to their website, www.darrenfelt.com, I mean, they have a variety of films that they've completed. And in fact, a couple of them have shown at the Chicago Children's International Film Festival, and they've even been shown at the St. Louis Obispo Film Festival. So they are going great guns.
And they're total pros. Where do they learn about how to make those sophisticated shots and editing?
Well, I understand that Christopher is the real mastermind behind it, and that he has learned how to use Final Cut Pro, I believe that's what they use, and he really has an eye. If you look at some of the different camera shots and how he does it from different angles, everything that he does is so sophisticated at that level, and I think right now he is a freshman in high school, so he is somebody who's really on the path here.
One to watch.
Yes, yes,
Well,
very
thank
much
you
so.
so much. We'll have more after this break.
On Kansas City's Walk of Stars, you'll find brass stars commemorating some of Kansas City's most famous actors and directors, like Robert Altman. He directed MASH and Nashville and many other wonderful films, but he got his start making industrial films right here in Kansas City. You're watching CinemaKC.
Welcome back. Barbara, what are your goals with Real Spirit?
To empower children. It is amazing when those kids see their productions up on the big screen the first time. The look on their faces to have a real audience see what they've done is just incredible, and it's inspiring. And they can realize that they can have an impact on other people's lives. It's incredible.
Like Gigi's film.
Like Gigi's film. Oh my gosh.
Has helped an entire community.
It has.
Amazing.
And the story behind that is so phenomenal, and how it has reached out and truly has made a difference in the lives of these people, you know, thousands of miles away. So it feels great to be able to be part of that process with the kids.
These kids are just blowing me away. They're so talented. How has the technology affected the filmmaking for the children?
Well, when you think about it, these kids have grown up not knowing anything else. I mean, they're growing up in a digital world among smartphones, digital cameras, iPads for that matter anymore. But what's important is not just the technology, is how to tell a good story, and how to tell a story that is inspiring or of service to themselves so they can be of service to others. All those facets come together to be a problem solver, everything. And that's what I love about filmmaking with kids. It is just an amazing opportunity for these kids.
And they tell some beautiful stories.
They do.
Barbara, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time on CinemaKC.
Thank you.